So for the first time since 2004, it is looking like Diana Taurasi might not be, I was about to say, might not be playing WNBA season, but she did definitely sit out a year because her team in Russia was paying her more to not play. So, yeah, like I think it's not the first time she sat out a season, but it's looking like she might be done. I still think, if you're asking for my opinion, I still think she goes one last season. I think she gives it one last season right now because I think what she is waiting for is, I think she's waiting to see who the Mercury bring in. Because I think if the Mercury bring in Dewana Bonner, if Brittany Griner stays and Alyssa Thomas comes in and they can keep Kat Copper, they can keep Sophie Cunningham, they can keep Tash Cloud, if they can manage to pull off some sort of a trade like that, and like, if I'm Diana Taurasi, you're giving it one more year. Because Taurasi was decent last year. Like, what? Averaged like 14 points per game and was solid. But right now, it appears, obviously, you're seeing a lot more announced, or a lot more articles. Again, I don't know how, like, great the publications are from this, but it's a lot of the time, it's people putting two and two together. And maybe people are, like, completely miscalculating what is being said and basically are putting two and two together to equal 5. But a lot of people are taking the fact that like Brittany Griner, the fact that she's not fully committing to the Phoenix Mercury, basically saying because of that, Diana Taurasi is probably not going to be staying with the Mercury. Which, you know what, I actually can understand how you would come to that conclusion. That was the first thing I thought. But I think that the reason why she hasn't retired yet, didn't say it at the end of last season, is I think that she's waiting to see what happens. I think if Brittany Griner leaves, if the team don't get Alyssa Thomas, they don't get Dewana Bonner, and it's Taurasi with a bunch of younger players and no chance of winning a championship, I think she packs it in. I think if not, like she's either done or 2025 is going to be her last season. That's my prediction with all of the Taurasi situation, because look, she's still a solid, I don't think she's a starting level shooting guard, but she's still solid. Like, she's still very, very solid. Like, she's somebody that a lot of teams could do with, and she's not going to leave the Phoenix Mercury. So I'm looking at this thread right here on the old Reddit. On the WNBA Reddit, it's like, what are the odds of Taurasi playing another season? Someone said, Brittany Griner leaving makes me think no. Hoping she's just talking nonsense from plenty of free agents who's talked to other teams. And that's the thing, is like, you're able to, testing free agency and leaving are two different things. They're two very, very different things. She's previously said that if she does retire, she doesn't want to do a tour and let everyone do their goodbyes. She'd rather retire more quietly. Then maybe she might just be done. I believe she said it'd be closer to the start of the season before any decisions were made. I think we've seen the last of Diana Taurasi. There's no way Brittany Griner would be testing free agency if she was returning. You just never know. Maybe they said they couldn't afford to give her a big contract in Phoenix, like, because she was only getting paid $150K a year. Maybe they literally said, look, we can't afford to give you a max, and she's maybe, if you're Griner, you're maybe holding out on Phoenix to give you said max. As soon as I saw reports of Brittany Griner testing free agency, friend in Phoenix says whispers of no. I think she has truly decided to retire based on the article from the local reporter from Phoenix. So let's see what this is all about. Sports 360. Phoenix Mercury could be resetting without Griner and Taurasi. The Mercury last played a competitive season without Taurasi and or Griner in 2003. Obviously, the season Griner played the year, Taurasi didn't. If both depart, they'll have an additional big chunk of cap. WNBA career scoring leader Taurasi joined the Mercy 2004, played every season other than 2015. And yeah, it is a crazy one, because look, she's probably one of the greatest players of all time, if not the greatest. In terms of longevity, sure, the greatest. But it says obviously here the top unrestricted free agents are Breanna Steward, Nneka Nwumike, Satu Sabally, Kelsey Plum. Thankfully, MMA someone was mentioned. She has ties to head coach Christy Tolliver. I still think Unlikely MMA, someone goes to the Mercury. I think Tibbetts could be an okay coach for her, but I think that's unlikely. So yeah, if local newspapers are writing about Taurasi potentially not playing, then yeah, it's probably unlikely. Last season felt like goodbye, the way she talked, the final home game send off, special guest in the crowd, the way she said a few times she loves giving people a big send off but doesn't want one herself, makes me think we've seen the last of her playing the league. If Brittany Griner leaves and Diana Taurasi retires, and the whispers about Sophie Cunningham being MAGA are true, it's going to be hard to be a Mercury fan. I mean, we saw, like, look, I don't know anything about American politics, but like, considering the percentage of people that voted for Trump, I would assume like Sophie Cunningham's not the literal only person to vote that way in the WNBA. Maybe the only person openly saying it, but statistically speaking, it's unlikely she's the only person. But yeah, with Taurasi, it's gonna be a weird one, because like it's almost like when LeBron's gonna retire from the NBA. It's like, and again, I'm somebody that's not. Look, I've said this. I watched the WNBA occasionally before this season. Like, I would have known who all the top players in the WNBA were. I would have watched the finals a lot of the time. I would have watched 2013 season was probably the main season I watched, because I was just off during that summer and it wasn't working. I wasn't really doing anything. So I would have watched that rookie class with Diggins, Elena Deladon, and Brittany Griner quite a bit. But like, Taurasi was always the top dog. She was always the top guard in that league for the majority of the 20 years she was there. She was considered the top, if not one of the top guards in the entire league. So it's gonna be a weird one if she leaves. And obviously, like, it's a send off. Like, she won the Olympics in her last year. Really shouldn't have been on that Olympic team. She was so bad. In fairness to Diana Taurasi, she was really good in the pre-Olympic game, in the All-Star game. She was so bad in the Olympics. Like, it was, by the time it got to like 3 games in, you're like, why is Diana Taurasi on the floor? She's so bad. But yeah, it is. Look, that's just something. But it will be a sad day for the WNBA when Diana Taurasi retires, or if Diana Taurasi retires. But like, if she doesn't obviously want any sort of farewell to her, because everybody knows, like, her, like, if she plays this year, it's going to be her last year. So if she doesn't want her farewell to her, she's probably retiring before the season starts. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think Diana Taurasi should retire? Do you guys think she should keep playing? Let me know. That's quite an interesting one, to be completely honest. Like, I'm not even sure myself. I probably hope she does play in her year, but it's looking unlikely. So anyway, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.